Hey guys, welcome to my YouTube channel, or welcome back if you've been here before. My name's Liz and this is Let's Get Lizical, where we do everything card making. Today we're doing something a little bit different because I was sick while I was filming this video, so I decided I would just do a voiceover for it later, which I'm doing now. But today we're going to do 5 quick cards. This whole video only took me about half an hour. I've sped this up about 5 times for the sake of this video. So I cut 5 different panels in different colors. They all measure 4 by 5 1/4. And we're using Mama Elephant's Oh Mary Tree and the sentiment that comes with the set. And we're stamping them using clear embossing ink from Lawn Fawn, using also Lawn Fawn's heat embossing powders in gold and silver, and Michael's Recollections in white. I believe the color is called Snow. It's just their fine detail embossing powder. For the purple and blue panels, I use the silver. For the red and the green, I use gold. And for the Nina Desert Storm panel that I did, I used the white. So right now I'm just going through and making sure I use my anti-static powder tool from the Rabbit Hole Designs, so that we don't end up with any embossing powder where we don't want it. This tool is great because the bristles on them are very soft. I used to have the EK6S one, but I found the bristles very hard and sometimes it would leave little scratches on my cardstock. So like I looked forever and then waited for this to come back in stock and purchased it. It was the best purchase for embossing for sure. Um, but I'm just making sure that I'm using that every time and then clear stamping it once or twice. I think I usually do it twice. So this just gives me a bit of better coverage when I'm stamping. So right now I have all of the panels stamped and powdered, and I'm going to use my heat tool for all of the panels at once. You just have to be very careful not to hit any of the other panels while you're doing this. But I'm heat embossing everything from the back. This just gives smoother results. I think I learned this from Jennifer McGuire, but it doesn't blow away any of the embossing powder when you do it from the back, and it just, like I said, gives a smoother result. So this is how I generally do my heat embossing. You can also see that sometimes cardstock changes colors with the heat. I don't know if that's normal, but that's the way my Michael's Recollections cardstocks look sometimes. And then once that's done, we will buff away all of the powder before I glue them onto gold and silver foil cardstock from Michaels. This comes in packs of 25. It's fairly reasonable. I think it was only like $12, the same as their 50 packs. And I also have this glitter cardstock from Simon. If they still have it, I'll link it below. But I think last time I checked, they didn't have it. So if something similar is there, I will definitely link that. And what I'm doing right now is gluing all of the panels to the cardstock, and then I will cut around it after. I prefer to do this just for more even border instead of cutting the panels out individually and then trying to center it afterwards. The one mistake that I did here was I would next time just automatically go to double-sided taping these down. They are very warped from being heat embossed. It doesn't look like that, and it's more noticeable after you've glued it. But if you don't have like a solid layer of adhesive on the back, it does kind of like bump up in some areas. You probably could use the glue, but you would want something solid to lay over it so that it flattens properly. Whereas here, I'm just kind of like gluing in individual little areas as they pop up, which is not ideal. I do eventually go over them, I think, with the double-sided tape. You'll see me take apart the blue one a little bit later, just because that one was the worst for some reason. But as I'm gluing them, I'm kind of like wiping the glue off with a microfiber cloth, making sure all the edges are down. But again, I noticed there was an issue with buckling on the middle of these panels, so I think I do eventually go over them all with the double-sided tape. So I would just suggest starting with the double-sided tape. I have 2-inch double-sided tape that I bought off Amazon quite a while ago. So that is what I use. It will cover the whole back of this panel with like 2 strips. This one I definitely, like, the glue did not want to stick to the glitter cardstock. So this one I did use the tape right off the bat, basically, because I knew it just wasn't working. So I'm just taping down each side and then trimming off a little bit of extra instead of trying to like just place it. And it does keep it nice and flat on the card, which is why I would just recommend doing this from the get-go. But these cards were super quick and easy to put together. Like this video didn't take me very long. Like I said, 5 cards in 30 minutes, and it actually only took me 30 minutes to do these cards in real time. This is sped up so that you guys don't have to watch me do this for half an hour, but very quick and simple. If you had gold and silver and white pigment ink, then that would also work. You'll just have to wait for the dry time. You see that this blue one here is very, very buckled. Um, and I will fix that in a bit. But these cards also need to be trimmed down a little bit, which is why I'm making sure that the fold line is um, aligned first, because you can always cut off the other edges. No problem. It is a problem if you line it up with the opening edge and the fold is the extra cardstock, because you can't cut that off, obviously. But yeah, so I'm just going through and trimming these cards, and then I'm going to pick apart the blue one because it's driving me nuts. The way it's just buckling a lot. So the thing with the foil cardstock is even if you do put glue on it, it does peel up fairly easily. So you can make these types of adjustments, no problem. You just have to be very careful when you're peeling it. Just do it slowly and it won't be a problem. And then there, now it's laying nice and flat and it's so much better. So here are 5 cards today. Thanks again for joining me, guys. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Comment down below, and if you haven't already subscribed, please subscribe to my channel. I'll have one more video out for this year, and we'll go over a New Year's card as well as my year in review and what's coming up for this channel next year. Thanks again for joining me, guys. Bye.